The saga of Sharon Osbourne has come to an end, or at least this chapter has. She's gonna be leaving CBS's daytime talk show, The Talk, after all of the stuff that happened in the wake of Piers Morgan and the Meghan Markle interview and all of that. To catch you up, earlier this month, she expressed her support on air for Piers Morgan after critical commentary he made about Meghan's interview with Winfrey. She made it on air. She also tweeted saying, Piers Morgan, I'm with you, I stand by you. People forget that you're paid for your opinion and that you're just speaking your truth, which the concept of speaking your truth is annoying enough by itself. Don't deploy it in defense of Piers Morgan. He's not living, laughing, and loving. He's not on a culinary retreat to India. He just doesn't believe the black woman ever tells the truth. That's all it is. It's not speaking your truth, it's speaking your racism. That's all it is. Anyway, we have a bit of video from the talk, so let's run to that and then we'll give you our thoughts.
I feel even like I'm about to be put in the electric chair because I have a friend who many people think is a racist, so that makes me a racist. And for me, at 68 years of age, to have to turn around and say, I ain't racist. Right. What's it got to do with me? Okay, how can I be racist about anybody? How can I be racist about anybody or anything in my life? How can I?
Well, I tell you,
what?
We will be right back.
What?
We have more topics, so don't go away.
And I think we should stop this.
Okay, I apologize. I don't know any of their names, but that woman at the end was total, whether intentionally or not, trying to save Sharon Osbourne from herself by cutting to that commercial, because that was not good. That is a breakdown basically that Sharon Osbourne just had. Anyway, so look, the fact that they're moving on from Sharon Osbourne, look, people are gonna have an issue with it. They had an issue with Piers Morgan. Is it just because she defended Piers Morgan? That's how they might try to pitch it. I honestly, it feels like at this point, based on again, not that I super dwelled in the weeds on this, I feel like she really went more into it on a personal level than Piers Morgan did. Piers Morgan tried to start some sort of feud with Meghan Markle, I guess. Sharon Osbourne was really talking about herself there. And if you've had questions about Sharon Osbourne's views or thoughts on race or how it might have intersected with some of the other people that had worked there, I think this really rearranged those things. So we have a tweet from Holly Robinson Peete who says, I'm old enough to remember when Sharon complained that I was too ghetto for the talk, then I was gone. I bring this up now because I was mortified watching the disrespectful, condescending tone she took with their co-hosts who remained calm and respectful because she had to. Yeah, and so it doesn't seem like this is the first time, and it seems like it is not just a personal thing. I think people could have an issue with it if it was just a personal thing. But if it has led to conflicts that have ended jobs for people, and that was being influenced by her own personal racist views, that's a big issue then. That may not be what most take away from this. Certainly her defenders are probably not gonna stress that sort of thing. We have a message from her spokesperson. It says Sharon is disappointed but unfazed and hardly surprised by the lies, the recasting of history, and the bitterness coming out of this moment. She will survive this, as she always has, and her heart will remain open and good because she refuses to let others take her down. So if you feel that this was not a thing where she was going to really be open to learning and evolving, they're doubling down on that, Francesca.
I don't know if my connection is good. Once again, Mercury must be in a million retrogrades. I apologize if I am a pixelated monster, but at least I'm not like a angry boomer, like white lady who's had many things given to her throughout her entire media career by being the wife of a famous rock star, and then freaking out on national television in the year 2021 about potentially being racist. I'm not racist. Tell me to my face. Tell me. I just like, there's so much fragility, and like, if you need a lesson in white fragility, watch that clip again, because it's so painful that people aren't able to even interrogate their own belief system. They're not able to like sit sit down and like be humble, you know what I mean? As Kendrick Lamar said. And Sharon Osbourne, of course, when you inflate these characters, when you inflate people like Piers Morgan, you can't be humble because your entire career has been devoted to you, not being and having great internet, and like that I don't have.
You don't, not nearly. She's probably got fiber, but anyway. Yeah, no, it's a great point. Look, how could I, a 60-year-old white woman, be racist? I just don't get it. Yeah, you can. Yeah, how could I, let's say 32-year-old white man, how could I be racist? Yes, I totally could. That's how that works. You try to both believe and say and do the right thing. But like if you don't have that history, which she really doesn't, and the things you're saying are exactly what racist people say, then yeah, that's probably gonna hurt you. That's gonna hurt you in this particular time. And I don't know exactly where they're gonna go from here with this. CBS says going forward, we are identifying plans to enhance the producing staff and producing procedures to better serve the hosts, the production, and ultimately our viewers. I don't know what any of that means or what any of that has to do with what we just saw. It's not like what Sharon Osbourne was lacking was the correct procedure. But anyway, yes, Francesca, your quality is totally worth it. And we can still hear you, your audio is very good. So I think that's the end of this. We'll see, maybe she'll be a correspondent on Fox News soon, I don't know.
Yeah, no, she will be. And I just wanna say, like, last thing, like it is hard to hear that you might be racist or have said something insensitive. It is really difficult. But once again, exhibit A of how not to respond. And the more that we have systems in place, the more that we stop propping up people who are problematic, the more that we can name something without, and no one's talking about canceling, but again, calling in versus calling out folks, right? This is not about sending folks to the dustbin of history. This is about calling on them to be better. This is, and so if she has a history and a pattern of saying racially insensitive things, and by the way, you heard her say, I ain't racist. Like, please just don't say I ain't, like don't, or just don't. You're a white lady, stop it. Stop, don't use that inflection or vernacular that to deny your racism. It's so painful. So just to say, but it is on all of us, even if you're not white, I'm Asian. I think I think we all have our blind spots. We all have room to grow, and like seeing Sharon Osbourne's knee-jerk reaction is like, oh God, like we all have that little part of us that's like, I'm not racist, like how can we, calm that down and do better?
Yeah, you're 100% right. We all have blind spots. The worst one to have is a blind spot about your blind spots, to believe that you can't have them. And she clearly thinks that she has a little bit of that the Bill Maher thing. I've already proved myself. Get off my back. What are you talking about? Me racist? No, I'm too cool for that. It's impossible. How could I, an 80-year-old white man, be racist? Well, apparently you found a way. Damn it, they found a way.
102, John, 102, yes. Don't be.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.